If you're drawn to the quiet, deep, and mysterious sides of life, and you value heart over polish, then settle in. You're in the right place. If you're sensitive to energy, you've probably felt it heating up over the last few weeks. So many of us are navigating big challenges right now. Intense times, no doubt. For over 2 decades, I've been hearing about this approaching time in many different ways, and I think it's safe to say that we really are truly walking through it right now. This passage where two paradigms overlap. The old fear-based one is dying, and the new heart-based one is quietly being born. In BQH sessions, this message has come through in so many ways as well. The central theme is that humanity is going through a massive shift in consciousness, and the transition from one state to another will require massive transformation on the inside and out. The last few years have brought shadows to the light, both individually and collectively. What we see on the world stage is terrifying, and it's likely to get even crazier in the next coming years. The old world is not going to go quietly. I know I've said this a lot recently, but it really feels like we're standing on a precipice. And 2026 is shaping up to be a year to carry us deep into this process we're going through. And what I want to highlight is how important it is going to be moving forward to choose really carefully where we invest our energy. Because if we place our focus on the dying old fear-based paradigm, either by clinging to what's familiar, or, and this is so important to understand, by trying to fight it, we energize it. That's the secret of low frequency energy. All it needs to self-perpetuate is our engagement. It doesn't care if you engage through compliance or resistance. Your focus feeds it, keeps it viable. It can feel counterintuitive when something feels so clearly wrong. It feels like we need to stand in opposition to it. But this is exactly how our good nature gets used against us. One of the reasons this oppositional stance is so ineffective is because most of what we see on the world stage is completely beyond our ability to affect. If we pour our energy into it, instead of being able to affect the outcome in a meaningful way, we get pulled into helplessness, confused, angry, depleted. So while our intentions might be good, we don't actually achieve anything positive at the global level. Instead, we probably end up fighting with friends, family, neighbors, or strangers on the internet. People who think differently, but also have no ability to create change at those high levels that are needed. So all we actually succeed in doing is bringing each other down and deepening the divide. But the thing is, we each do have a sphere of influence, an area where we can affect meaningful change. And that's where our energy is needed right now. It starts within. Our inner world is where our power is the strongest. Bringing love and peace to your inner world changes your baseline frequency, and from there it moves outward. The reach of your sphere of influence might be small and intimate. Your home, your family, the way you hold space for yourself and others. Or it might ripple out further through your art, your voice, your work in the world. If your sphere of influence does have the ability to touch things on a global level, then use your influence and act with love. But it doesn't matter the reach. Every single one of us counts. Even the smallest acts ripple out. Every act of love brings us closer to the new. The key is to pull our energy away from that which brings us down, which tries to distract us, to trigger us, to keep us entangled in the old fear-based paradigm, and to pour it with love into the spaces where we actually do have power. It takes real strength to do inner work, to heal, to clear out the old system programming within. That programming that said we weren't worthy, that brought in lack and scarcity, and instead to find the peace and truth that's quietly emerging beneath all the noise. This is how we raise our frequency. You're not here to carry the weight of the world. You're here to remember who you truly are, to do your part, to shine your unique light. The more you can operate from love rather than reactivity and stand peacefully in the wholeness of your being, the more you can be of true service to the collective. When we cultivate a state of inner peace, it doesn't just affect us and our immediate surrounds, it also affects the collective unconscious. So when you tend your inner world, bringing clarity and healing within, you become a beacon, signaling through the fog of fear and density, inside and out, that there is hope, that there's another way, that peace is possible. The more peace we bring to the collective unconscious, the more peace we will see in our world, because our outer world is shaped by the energetic signature of the collective unconscious. And so when we're able to cultivate a state of peace within, we quietly but powerfully bring more peace to the shared field. We may not be able to control the chaos ahead, but we can choose to become a loving presence within it. You alter the field when you increase self-love and acceptance, when you hold someone in presence, when you create from a clear and honest state, when you choose to soften rather than defend. These small acts shape reality. Where attention goes, energy flows. And right now it's so important to be intentional about how and where we use our energy. Where are we placing our focus? Are you hating that which feels threatening? Or are you nurturing what feels good and uplifting? Over the coming months, make a point to check in. Ask yourself gently, what steadies me right now? What drains me? What makes me feel alive and real? What pulls me away from that? And what's asking to be nourished? Pay attention to patterns and synchronicities that you notice in your life, to your dreams, to the quiet knowings that surface in stillness. Your attention is precious, so don't get lost in breaking news or the latest debate. Invest your focus wisely. Stay connected to the truth of your own heart. Every time you raise your frequency, you shift and affect the field around you. The old world will be loud, demanding your attention, feeding on your fear, driving your outrage, and the outer world will likely look like it's falling apart. It already does. But what we're really seeing is the collective unconscious cracking open, revealing what's been hidden for so long, letting it play out on the surface for all to see. The horror is real, but getting angry at a screen doesn't help. It's going to be so important to find new and creative ways to channel that energy. That energy is vital right now. Please trust that a new world is quietly rising, one built on love. And in this transition, moving from a separation state into a unified state is massive. And it's what we all want. It just might be a bit bumpy getting there. So just remember, the new world will not be loud at first. It's easy to miss, but the more of us who choose to find it, to look for it, to live from it, to create through it, the stronger it becomes. And when we come together, each anchored in love, each tending our own unique thread in the grand tapestry, we begin to generate something far greater than the sum of our parts. A living field that's supportive of all. A new reality is pulsing into form. You don't need to keep fighting the old. Just stop feeding it. This is how the new world is birthed, one loving presence at a time. This was such an important video for me to make, and I hope I expressed it okay, because I feel that this is such a vital piece, because it's so natural to think when we see something wrong that we have to get angry, that we have to oppose it. And while of course I don't in any way mean, I hope that's clear, that I don't in any way mean condone it. It's just that if we have no power to affect it, there's no point in putting our energy there. It can be as small as your sphere of influence might be you and a plant. and just pouring love and nurturing that plant, that itself is such a powerful act right now. So that's what I hope I conveyed in this video. I actually wrote it just prior to the events that happened on the weekend. I'm in Australia, and we just had the Bondi attack, which is just absolutely horrible. My heart goes out to everyone affected. It's all just really real, and it's not easy. And we just need to come together and support each other as much as we can. Hold each other's hands as we walk through this time. Somebody in a session described it as the collective dark night of the soul that we were going to have to walk through. And it feels like that's where we are. But I also am tuned in to what's coming forward. And what I have seen is absolutely beautiful. In terms of the time, when will we say it? I cannot say. As I said, this has been imminent in my world for decades now. So the fact that we're in it feels huge. It's no longer something ahead, it's something that we're in. But now that we're in the process, how long will it last? I think it's going to be, like I said, I think it's an overlap. And I think both worlds are going to exist simultaneously. And one will slowly fade and the other will slowly rise. And the more that we tap our energy, anchor into the new, the more that becomes our reality. So I guess that's it for this one. This is number 19. So next time the next one is number 20, which is what I committed to. I did initially commit to one a week, and I did have to change that because of the circumstances, but I'm really glad that I have. And I think moving forward, this will actually be more the style in terms of time that I take, because it feels good to have, not to feel so rushed and not to feel like I've got to get this out, where I can just take the time to sit with it, to change things as needed. I think that will inevitably improve the quality. So thank you again for listening. From my heart to yours, let's come together and build a future on the foundation of love.